Hello guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how I created this animation in Maya. I'm going to stop this video now and I'm going to show you how this fan was created. So this is a low poly model. I'm going to be doing like a more polished model in coming videos, but for now I just want to show how this fan was created. So this fan was modeled onto this mesh earlier on, so I have to detach it from this mesh and I have to parent a torus on it. So this torus is actually separate, just parented, because if you look at this mesh here, this place is open, so that's where I cut off the fan from it. If I go here, this animation is still playing, but I'm gonna delete these keyframes here and I'm gonna start over again. Before you start creating your animation, make sure that manipulators are centered on the mesh, because if not, it's not going to rotate at a particular point. So make sure this is centered. If, for example, your pivot is not centered, you can go to modify and go on center pivot. I'm going to go ahead and delete all this. Go to, make sure you're in animation menu set, go to key and then delete keys. That will delete all the keyframes. And then before you start animating, go to channel boss and then check all the parameters to make sure that they are, they are zeroed. So I'm going to go ahead and zero this one as well, because this is attached because of when the rotation stops. Okay, so I could have actually what I could have done is to take this to the end before I will now go to keys and delete keys, so that this will be at 0. I'm going to press D again to with another key to remove the pivots. Alright, so make sure this is zeroed. If it's not zeroed, you can place them at zeros before. If it's not zeroed, you can go to modify and freeze transform, and then make sure you delete history once in a while, because if you don't delete history, it might also affect your animation. So let's go ahead and do the animation. If you want to know what direction that this fan is going to be rotating, you can try to rotate it a different direction to see. Right, so this is rotating the background here. Select the fan and then try to rotate it along different axes and see where it's rotating. So if it's not rotating the right way, then you can try the other one and see. So this is rotating along the Z axis, so we can just undo, and then I move this already to 10. So I have to go along the Z axis and then type 360 and then press enter and then select outside it. So what we're going to do now, we already keyframe the first, I'm not sure we keyframe the first one, so I'm just going to go back again. So we'll go to the first keyframe and then press S to keyframe it, and then we need to move 10 frames, and then we'll have to go to the rotate Z along the Z axis and then type in 360. Alright, and then press enter. Also press X to insert this keyframe here. If you play this animation, you can see it's going to be playing, but it's not going to play continuously. Alright, so you can just test your animation to make sure it's playing. So the next step we're going to do is very important. Okay, so we need to go to the Windows and then go to animation editors and then go to graph editor. So in graph editor, select your graph. This graph represents the rotation. So if you go to rotate Z, that's why we have this one, and then we can go to maybe translate or see which other one that was included in this one. So we have rotate Z, you have so only here we have animation here, rotate Z. Alright, so we can press the fan to select all the graphs. So you can just select all of them. You can only select Z if you want to as well. So we have to go to curves and then go to the post infinity, and we'll have to select cycle with offset. This will make it to loop, and then this the fan is going to continue to rotate even past 360, because this is rotation. So if at 360 it's supposed to get to 0, so it's not going to rotate, because at 360 it's supposed to stop. But with offset, it's going to continue to rotate past 360, and then the number is going to continue to increase after 360. So make sure you select this cycle with offset, and then I can close this window So when we play our animation now, it's going to rotate continuously. Alright, so that's how you can animate rotation in Maya. In the coming videos, I'm going to be doing more animation, and I'm going to be also showing how I create some of my animation I create both in 2D and 3Ds. And also I'm going to be doing modeling videos where I'm going to model cars and objects. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.